What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic Thursday night. We are not here to do the top matchups because, well, my day just turned out to be 10 times more chaotic than I thought it would be. Didn't even get to give you guys the injury report earlier. I will drop that for you then, but I wanted to make this a couple hours ago. Pure chaos. I literally was working on this earlier today. Then those moves were made, so I tried to get everything fit in there. And then I thought I'd be able to do this around 4. That's just pure chaos. So I apologize that this was not done earlier, but let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. So in case you missed it, Zach Ertz was let go, and JJ Watt, you saw me yesterday trying to get Adam Schefter on board with some of the news that was happening. Now he's got JJ Watt taking his job. Holy hell. Well, as you can see, trying new things in retirement. So let's steal Adam Schefter's job for a day. So Ertz requested to be released. He got granted by the Cardinals, and he wants to play for a contender. He wants to try to get another ring. So, oh boy. I mean, as soon as I saw it, I was like, holy hell. And I was still making those earlier videos. So I was like, nobody's going to even want to talk about this stuff. So I just put them out. And look, I love Zach Ertz. I would love to don that jersey one last time, break it out. Oh, hell yeah. But look, there's some things that go into it. So I thought, well, let's break it all down. So you guys can tell me how you feel about it, your thoughts, all that great stuff. I'm going to show you the reality of it. I'm going to show you the cap space the Eagles have, all that great stuff. We'll talk about everything there. But, there is somebody on the Eagles that does want him back, and I'm pretty sure all of them do. But Lane Johnson, and again, this was a couple of hours ago. I'm sure many of other people have said that, but my day, pure chaos. So I haven't even been able to look anything up or anything like that. Just wanted to make this video. Then I'll post that news for you. But Zach Ertz, a free agent, but not just yet. So he was waived because, remember, after the trade deadline is over, everybody gets waived. So you got to go through that waiver period. And, after 24 hours, I'm sure nobody's going to claim him. Well, first off, he's on IR. You don't want that. So he's going to become a free agent. I see that, happening. So therefore, you don't got to worry about the money, anything like that. And if he were to want to come back to the Philadelphia Eagles, well, they could make it happen. So they've got $2.5 million right now in cap space, and you could sign him to a veteran minimum deal. Look, hey man, you want to play these last few games of the season, go into the playoffs, get yourself a ring, retire an Eagle, let's effing go. So they could make it easily work. You're going to have somebody crying about, well, we have to get a linebacker. Well, believe it or not, you don't have to only sign one person and then that's it for the rest of the season. You are allowed to actually sign multiple people. That's why I'm here every day talking about practice squad people being signed, released, and everybody's freaking out about it. It's just a weekly occurrence. It's truly hilarious. But yeah, we can actually get a linebacker and a tight end if you want to. So look, man, a lot of injuries, a lot of things going down for the Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm going to show you in a second here the depth chart, the practice squad, talk about some of these injuries that are occurring because, well, they do matter. So we're going to talk about it, but let me jump over here to the chat real quick. Let's go, my man, Joel. Hope you're doing well. And I'm probably saying that wrong. Is it Doyle? Because I just kind of like to say it like Casino Royale. I'm not sure why. I picture you as a high-stakes roller, my man. I don't, but let's go. Appreciate you, my dude. Hope you're having a great night. This is already my favorite season, but hey, anything else to add on to it, I'm all about it. And dude, I really, today, it just wasn't, nope. Had the guy showing up at my house. He's like, hey, look, I had to shut off the heat. You guys know I live in, I have a neighbor attached to me here. So I've got, the heat apparently in the front was like connected. The one used to be gas, something like that. And he was like, hey, I was able to turn yours on, but his is still off, something. And I was like, dude, I don't care. Like, and this was all the chaos was like going on. And they were like trying to work on this. I was telling you guys in the video earlier, and I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, yeah, you can go in my basement. Like, but it was like, okay. And that is when I knew because it was already chaotic. So I'm like, son of a bitch. So yeah, I was right. The day just turned into insanity, dude. So I apologize, guys. I know you're craving that injury report, but I will give that to you. And top matchups, I'm going to have to drop that at some point tomorrow because I just didn't have the time. So fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Liz, I appreciate you taking the time. Hope you're having yourself a great Thursday night. But we're here to talk about Zach Ertz. So I want to hear your thoughts in here. Let's go, Birds. Appreciate you tuning in. So let's take a look at this team. We've got some things going on, and you can see before you get in the depth chart, you're wondering where anybody is. Here's the reserves. So Bradley, Dean, Evans needs to come off by next Tuesday. Johnson, Maddox, McPherson, and then you've got Rodgers suspended. So you will not see these guys on the depth chart. But let's take a look at this depth chart. So at tight end, you've got Goddard. Hopeful that he can play this week. That's crazy as hell. But if not, hopeful for the next week. If not that, yeah, I don't know. But we talked about this when it happened. If they're not placing him on IR, hopefully he comes back for the Cowboys. So, if he comes back for the Niners, holy hell. But if not, you've got Stoll, you've got Calcaterra, Albert O. And look, Calcaterra and Goddard both missed practice again today. So not fantastic. Now, if you're signing someone like Ertz, again, I just said he was on IR. He's coming off an injury, and he does know this system. He was here with Sirianni, but it's just, I know there will be some new things. Brian Johnson, it's not the same thing. I'm just saying you could bring him back, but I'm not so sure you could just have him here, tomorrow or something, and then he's playing Sunday. I think Togiai is going to get elevated again, and that will be your third tight end with Stoll and Albert O there, if Calcaterra and Goddard are to miss. But we desperately need help at the tight end position. So, man, the football gods looking down upon us right now because, dude, you talk about what's available. You talk about, and people always are upset if you mention, hey, bring back he's not the same guy when you drafted him. Or it's like same thing with Shaq Leonard. Like, oh, no shit, Sherlock. Unfortunately, have you seen what we got going on? Oh, yeah, right. Albert O is the greatest tight end ever. That's why he never played until everyone got hurt. Like, sometimes it's like, whew, a lot of thought going into some of this stuff. But, for me, it's a no-brainer. If he wants to come here, he wants to sign for a veteran minimum deal. He wants to get paid just like the practice squad guys. And, one of the things for me is I will continue saying this with veteran players. I don't give a shit who they are. They won't go on the practice squad. Yeah, well, Julio Jones did, just like I said. So I've talked about it. Look, it's a way for them to fandangle that money, man. So allow Howie to work. Don't get upset. Don't think that you know how the cap works more than Howie Roseman. I trust me, man. He knows what he's doing, and I do my best to understand it and try to at least relay what I know. And you see the media, you see all the content creators confused as hell. And it's like, what? So then if you don't know how it works, why is it always the Eagles can't do this? They don't know. It's like, I wish you'd learn. But until then, I'll continue to show you that, well, indeed, they have money and they indeed could sign Zach Ertz. And guess what? They could sign Shaq Leonard too. So could you imagine this? Imagine tomorrow, Zach Ertz is signed with the Eagles. And then 5 minutes later, you get another video. Shaq Leonard signs with the Eagles. I know somebody's going to be crying about it. They're not the same. Yeah, we are all very, very, very aware of that. But unfortunately, injuries are happening to our team. They do happen. And look, we've talked about this over and over again. Depth is always needed. So why not, man? I'm trying to win a Super Bowl here. So look, I'm all in. Again, I've seen people, you guys were messaging me. I think most of you thought I was, lost at sea or something because I wasn't talking. But look, I told you, crazy day. But for me, dude, get a tight end. We talked about this before. Get someone that can be serviceable. And man, he outweighs anybody that is out there. Right. And somebody, well, what about Rob Gronkowski? I don't know. I think he's still doing PTSD commercials. I really don't know, man. But dude, holy I cannot stand those commercials, man, because I feel bad for him. But whew, Lord help us. But appreciate you, my man E Money in here. Let's go, Birds, Lil, my dude. Well, we got to wait till after he goes through that waiver period. So once he becomes a free agent, I'm sure that we will be on the phone with him. So I am all about getting that. And dude, he's definitely one of my favorites. Probably in the top 15 at least for me, top 10. Love that dude for sure, but it's a no-brainer with all. Unless you guys think Noah Togiai or Albert O, I've seen a lot of people thinking that they're the next starter. To me, that's just not the case, or they would have already been doing that before all of the injuries. So, hey, but to each your own. To each everybody, whatever your opinion is, that's cool, man. To me, I see what happens all the time. I talk about the Eagles and break things down every second of every day. So I like to have depth. I like to have people in place in case anything happens. So God forbid something happened. But one thing we talked about before, if you guys remember this, we talked about getting a tight end. What was it, right? Go back right now to the trade deadline. Everybody, you got to get Derrick Henry. Yeah. And I said, no, you got to get a tight end too. What if something happens to Dallas Goedert? And son of a bitch, Dallas Goedert gets hurt right after. Crystal ball's working here, ladies and gentlemen. And let me tell you what I said then. Even with Goddard healthy, Jack Stoll, what did he have? 3 catches? Dude, 0 for Calcaterra. And Alberto didn't play at all. So the concern was, hey, some of these play calls where I felt we did well with 12, even sometimes 13 personnel. And all that means is 1 running back, that first number. And then the second number is the amount of tight ends. So 12. Just 1 running back, 2 tight ends, in case you've never heard me saying that. But look, I think, you're not taking away from Goddard. You're actually helping this team. You're giving it another weapon, which you were already trying to do anyway with Calcaterra, Alberto, and not really panning out there. And they're getting hurt. So, yeah, to me, why the hell wouldn't you? That's what I need to know. Why wouldn't you? If you're against it, I would love to hear why you don't think we should get tight end depth, and one that knows the system wouldn't have to learn it. You guys can tell me why you're against it. I happily would love to hear that. And I actually shouldn't have said it the way I did after I said it. I was mentally thinking because I'm not making fun of PSD. That is horrible. And he does a lot of actual military commercials, so I'm not making fun of them either. It was just a joke at him because damn, dude. Seriously, I hear those commercials and I'm like, bro, I hate this world. Just thinking of the fact that guy got paid $1 million just to go out there and not even good. Dude, it's woo, this place is insane. Yo, my man William, appreciate you tuning in. Nice to have you. And yeah, I think I will happily have a nice Zach and Dallas duo again. And of course, Ertz, he is not the same as he was. He's the guy that was just on IR we were talking about. But hey, but he's better than what we've got. So for me, upgrading is always a plus, and I'm all about it. No doubt. Let's go Birds. Ertz may have 3 years left in him. Well, we might have 1. So I'd happily let him go win this Super Bowl this year with us. Let him retire, float off into the sunset. His wife just retired. Then could do awesome stuff for charities, help people. I know that's what they want to do. I think it is the cherry on top. You already know I firmly believe we're winning the Super Bowl. But now you add something like that. And look, Shaq Leonard, I told it. I see a lot of people have said, I knew he wasn't. Jesus. He has not made his decision yet. So freak out when it actually happens. Why don't you just save it? Because he's a human being. He actually wants to decide what's best for him and his family. He's got family in Texas. He's got, relationships here in Philly. So a lot of things going into it. He already got paid. Colts still have to pay him. So money's not really an issue here for him. But hey, man, I try to get everybody to calm down and not always be pissed. But hey, Liz, all the rest of you diehards, enjoy the ride. And look, I try to give people the information that would help them not lose their minds, but it is what it is. Yes, he does. And he's just better than the tight ends we have. It's pretty simple to me. What's going on, B-Walk? Appreciate you tuning in. Let's effing go Birds. You guys always make my day turn around. I seriously, before I got on here, I was like, holy shit. Because not only was my day hell, but I felt like shit after I made those videos. Really started not feeling well. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. And I had to take a little breather here. And I don't know what you guys do to me, but you just helped me find that fire down below. And I love every damn second of it. Let's effing go. But want to hear your guys' thoughts. Want you to continue. And look, you don't have to agree with me. I want you to disagree with me. I want conversation here. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. Just Let me know how you're feeling. To me, it's a no-brainer. To you, it could be something different. That's why I want to hear your thoughts down below. Thought it was just me, hated his commercials. Oh my God, no. And Chelsea cannot stand them either. It is some of the most unbearable stuff I have ever seen. And like, they do that with a lot of people. The Sixers players, dude, what are we doing? What are you doing to them? These poor little son of a bitches, like half of them are only like in their early 20s. So they're just trying to have fun. You're going out there making them look like assholes. And now we've got this thing called social media where everything just lasts forever. So and what's crazy to me is you see all of these people taking jobs for, like the people that do commercials, and you can think whatever you want. Like, it's not a whatever job, like that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, there were people that did stuff like that. Now it's like, and the thing is, they're not good at it. It's kind of like broadcast. You see how many horrible ex-Eagles players try to talk about the Eagles. We finally just got Seth Joyner on board with the Eagles. You know how many years we try to get him on board with Ertz, with his Eagles team? Like, yeah, they played. Good for them, dude. It does not mean they can do everything else in the world. I can assure you of that. But yeah, I'm glad you agree, because they drive me insane. They truly do. They drive me insane. Him retiring as an Eagle would be perfect. Hell yeah. It was the safest hands on the field when he played for us. Yeah, Plume. And that's all I'm saying here. I think that for me, and I understand you want to be hesitant, maybe thinking he eats into Goddard. That's not the case here. And he would come here knowing that. And when he left, it was, he's going to go be the star of the show. That's great a couple of years ago. But look, man, Cardinals suck. Now Gannon's there. So he's like, get me out of here. So he was asking for a prayer. They gave him one. Hey, go try to win yourself a ring. And with the injuries he's been dealing with here, I really feel this could be his last year. So make it right here. Cost absolutely nothing. I'm telling you, the dude's cap hit would probably be like $1 million, maybe that. Then you do the same thing for Shaq Leonard right there. I showed you. We had $2.5 million. You can make it work, dude. I show you that stuff. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it's like, bro, if it's ever confusing or you think it's too much, I will simplify it more. I want you to understand this stuff. I want people to be excited like I am about the Eagles. I want everyone to be repeating my Super Bowl prediction, my dynasty prediction. And we're here, baby. You see, most of the fans are here now. We got the media. They just flexed for the first time ever a Monday Night Football game. They've arrived. We've been here, but they've arrived. So we got to welcome everybody aboard each week that's, jumping on. We're trying, since the offseason in China. You gave a mention to this offseason. Holy shit, did I put in work this offseason. I did everything I could to show you a dynasty was being built here, that we are something truly special. Don't give a damn about injuries, anything like that. And we talked about that all damn season. That's just stuff that happens every season. Our team, every other team, that's football, man. Next man up. Don't care. Don't want excuses. Let's go whoop some ass. That's all I care about. All I care about. Ertz coming back to Philly, win another Super Bowl. That'd be nuts. Sounds like the plot of a sportsman. Hell yeah, man. All about it. And I'm looking forward to watching that movie one day. It's better than what we have. Yeah, he sure is. And little G, just to warn you, like I had to with William not long ago, when you post a lot of the same exact comments like that, when like it says, it literally, like you just did again here, when that happens, it literally starts putting your guys' comments in the spam folder. It just thinks that you are spam when you're doing that. So I don't know. You want to just try adding some like conversation in there. You want to like say something beyond that. I don't know how to stop it, but I told William about that, and I still get his sometimes, but sometimes his still pop up. So not trying to be a jerk. I don't know why it does that. I don't know. It puts you in the folder that I have to like search for in the comments. It's really weird. I don't know why it does that, but go Birds, and I appreciate you tuning in. But just a forewarning, if like your comments aren't popping up or you think I'm ignoring you or something, that is not the case. It literally, it does that when people have the same comments, like when it keeps showing the same thing. So just a forewarning for you. I want to see your comments. Please don't stop commenting. I'm just saying that maybe be careful, try to throw some other words in there, something. I don't know why it does that, but YouTube hates me. That's all I can tell you. But you guys saw this cap space, and maybe you weren't watching earlier, but let me show you. We got $2,594,173 million in cap space. So plenty of money to do stuff with, and you'll always see, oh, it's not enough. Well, guess what? That's, we signed someone and their contract's $20 million. Oh my God, the cap hit's like 2. You got to understand the difference of that stuff, and that's why I always break it down for you. So that's the money. Now, you saw what we have on the depth chart there. Now, let me show you the practice squad. It's still just Togiai, and we added Sims today. We also added Scott there. Obviously, Van Sumeren up onto the active roster. But if you guys missed any of those roster moves, go check those out. We talked about all of it, but you could see slim pickings there at tight end. So, this week, again, even if Ertz were to sign this weekend, it's going to probably be because, okay, it's Thursday. Goddard and Calcaterra did not practice. So by tomorrow, you better be at least limited. Because that's not a great sign. So you'll get your game status report tomorrow, and that will have, of course, who's questionable, who's out. That drops around like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Then live that night, you'll have Fan Friday, obviously, but I'll keep you up to date with all this stuff that's going on. But I have a feeling it's going to be a wild weekend. Obviously, Shaq Leonard's going to make his decision. We're going to see what happens with Zach Ertz here. So keep tuning in. No matter what happens, I will keep you up to date. And if it's ever anything, a lot of you guys ask me about stuff. My sources, like, my source doesn't always have everything. He's not like a guy that works for the media. He literally just works with the Eagles, and he tells me stuff like, so I think that, things, it would be nice to hear everything, but, things will come and go for him, and it's just kind of like hit or miss. Now, he just happens to be very close to the Shaq Leonard situation, so I'm very lucky to keep getting that. Like last night, I was sitting here with Chelsea, and I got a text at, where is it? It was at 9:11. Said it went good, but he's actually being really quiet about it. Didn't end up coming in. Oh, I better stop reading what that says, because I don't want to get too personal and read what, he's got going on there. So, but, obviously, as I told you guys before, he's close with Shaq. So, but look, man, he's got ties to both. And this is a human being. I see a lot of people were, it's like, bro, let the dude, he got paid. He's looking at the end of his career here. Where do I want to finish it? Do I want to be closer to family in Dallas? Do I want to come here to Philly, win a Super Bowl, be with Sirianni and the guys? I think, in my opinion, that's the route he goes. I think he comes to Philadelphia. We show him the way. I think he saw the way, and I'm going to continue to update you as much as I can with whatever he tells me, but that's not something, like I was going to make a video that he texted me at 9 o'clock last night, but keeping me up to date. So if there is anything, I will give it to you, as I always do, guys. So I always have people reaching out, and it's like, bro, if there's anything, you're going to see it posted. I can promise you that. I might be working on a graphic. And man, I have had to get so quick. I can literally get news, write it onto a post on like 6 different social media platforms, create a graphic, and get it out before you guys all like, hey, did you see? And it's like, yes, I can assure you, I see it all. It's like, oh, but trying to race to get it all out before that happens is always so funny. But I love you guys. I truly do. For you sickos that see it all, oh, we got a doubter in the house. No doubt, man. Look, the Niners are the ones. And just like I told you guys, and I see everyone repeating it now, we are the gauntlet. That is something I've been trying to get everyone to understand all damn season. And you sickos are right there with me. I love it. You've been right by my side. And I've done my best to educate the masses, to show people how they would win the Super Bowl. And I promise you, we're just going to keep beating the teams. They say, well, this is the week. Well, the Dolphins, let me tell you. Well, I'll tell you the Cowboys here. Well, now you got the Chiefs after a bye. Whoa, here come the Bills. Ah, shit. What happened, guys? What happened? Oh, you lost. The refs and the wind of dirt. Yeah, so many excuses. It drives me insane. Other person's thinking he was not an Eagle. That's fine. Exactly. He's a human being, and I cannot take that stuff. Like, bro, I only just give you the information. Well, F him and F you, pal. And it's like, I'm literally trying to give you, an actual reason for what's happening here, so you don't have to be upset. And then they just get upset. And you guys know. And Tim, where you at? He calls them the wine coolers. And look, we try not to give them time, but they just do nothing but try to get time. So, but F them, dude. Who cares? But I'm with you. it's nuts. But he's a human being. Let him choose whatever the hell he wants to do. If he wants a Super Bowl ring, you know who he's going to choose. So, in my opinion, he's going for that ring. It's actually fresh with the Cardinals having a losing season, but saying, well, I wish that were the case, but unfortunately, Liz, he is banged up, and he is currently on IR. So, look, as I had mentioned earlier, I'd love to say, hey, we're signing him, and he's going to play Sunday, but that's not the case. It's going to be, as I had said, Stoll, Alberto, and Togi I elevated again if Calcaterra and Goddard aren't ready, even if Ertz were to be signed, coming back from that injury. And I said the same thing for Shaq Leonard, oh my God, Ben Sumer. And it's like, why don't you guys listen to the shows I make? That would be beneficial because I know those of you that do, Liz, I know you're one of them because remember what I said, we're going to sign Ben Sumer. Don't lose your mind. That's not Shaq Leonard. Like, no shit, dude, but we need linebacker help. So the people losing their minds is like, man, if you could just take those 5-minute videos I put out, and I even give you live ones where you come in and ask questions. It's like, I give you so much. But they prefer to watch the other people that don't know what's going on. And that's what drives me mad. Like, they come back, and then it's like, well, if you would have just spent 5 minutes talking to somebody that knows football, you would have known everything going on. But you prefer, we're trading for Patrick Mahomes. Like, that stuff never happens. I don't understand why they still listen to those people. God help us. I thought the Chiefs defense was number one last week. Now the 49ers, the Bills and the Niners and the Chiefs, but that stuff changes every week because the stats, the numbers, all that stuff change. But we have faced some juggernaut defenses, and seeing the media confused, I don't understand why they couldn't do this or do that. And it's like, oh, you didn't understand that they're really good? Like, that's weird. I thought you said they were going to beat us because they were really good, and you knew all that. But it's called moving the goalpost, right? And that's all they know how to do. And it's sad, bro. More power to, every other Eagles content creator that spends their time making their shows about arguing with fans like that. Dog, I don't know how. I see the tweets. I see all the retweets, all the Eagles fans always, making sure that stuff grows and gets more and more misinformation, more people whining. And it's like, I don't know why they like it, and I don't know how they do it, but I'm going to pass. And I just continue passing and passing and passing. And yeah, you know what I'm talking about. When I said it last year after we lost the Super Bowl, pretty sad that, my whole life I've watched the refs always cheat against the Eagles. And that's not an excuse. That's just a fact. They always do. But, you can't use it as an Eagles fan, right? Who cares if they blatantly cheat all the time right in front of your face, proven right in front of your face. And then now all of a sudden, even though they gave the Bills that game, Josh Allen a free roughing the passer, the refs were obviously paid for by the Bills. They did everything they could to keep the Bills in that game. And now we got to hear, it's just sad to see that people don't know football and they just literally want to whine all the time. It's like, so why don't you go watch like ballet or like something that won't, upset you that you don't know what's happening? Like, I don't know you got a free channel where you can learn literally everything you ever need to know, but weird. It looks like Davey really thinks the Eagles going down. Huh? No doubt, man. We're all entitled to our own opinion. For me, I don't think the Seahawks stand a chance. I don't think the Niners stand a chance. I think the Cowboys, that's going to be a damn tough matchup next week in their house. But other than that, as I've continued to say, I think maybe we win or lose one more. I think we lose one more, maybe. I don't even think we lose anymore because, and I said this before the Chiefs, but you guys heard my record prediction this year. 2 losses tops, not going past it. And don't be surprised if we only lose 1. Oh, I'm not so crazy now, am I? So, I am crazy. Let's not kid ourselves. But stay up and watch the Seattle game, but I'm starting to get sleepy. Nearly 1 a.m. here. Yeah, no doubt, my friend. Well, hope you have a great night's rest. Hopefully you wake up, see the Seahawks beat those shitty-ass Cowboys. I hate them. Well, Fletcher show up on the final injury list. I cannot see into the future, my man, but tune in tomorrow and you shall see what it is. Helping the birds is oxymoron. Yeah. Look, they do everything but help us. So, yeah, I'm with you 100% on that. And, hey, man, I told you they'd be repeating it, Anton. We are the gauntlet. Yeah, I hear everyone saying it now, and I love it, dude. Nobody ever said the Eagles would win the Super Bowl. Nobody called us. I'm changing my name to no one because I love when they do this every year with all the things I always call and talk about. It's like, You guys can ignore me all you want, but I'm going to keep taking you to the woodshed. And the reason they don't like me is because I always post right under their post when they throw out misinformation or try to lie to you guys. I always, and yesterday today, none of the Eagles reporters or Adam Schefter was talking about any of the Eagles moves. And I'm putting it out there. I'm like, dude, why don't they pay people that actually, could you imagine if I had like the actual sources of the people that work for the Eagles? Like it'd be game over for every single person in the earth. If Adam Schefter, dude, you wouldn't even stand a chance, dog. Like you didn't even today. And I've got nothing here. So I can't imagine. But that's the world today, man. The entitled people get to have the unfair advantage at all times. So I'll keep pushing right through, making sure that truth sees the light of day. So, hey, I think we're going to stomp everybody. I'll get everybody on board. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. And hey, I'm happy to have you aboard with me, Dank. Happy because this offseason how much work I put into people trying to get them to see the light, and you're crazy. We could we'll lose way more than that. Look at the gauntlet. Well, about that. I'll be here all year. And yeah, no one said it. Oh, you mean Jimmy, no one. Oh, it's Himsicle in the house. Let me tell you something. They literally can sit here and, just make shit up all the time. Oh, because we're at the point now, nobody ever said a bad word about Hurts. They were all his fan. I was the only one. I literally was the only content creator. I remember it vividly. I remember every fan coming after. It's so weird how we got to do this thing where it's like they just get everything wrong. And then when it all happens, then it's, well, no one actually said what we all said. It was just, and it's like, dude, the world that's been created, misinformation, the chuds that were in office, well, always in office, they're always chuds, but the last, the racist ones that now have everybody, doctors aren't real, science is fake, like now everything's just fake, the football's not real, like holy I wish people could just put down the drugs and start thinking. Yeah, man, our game is getting flexed. I think it's cool. I bet the people traveling don't think it's cool because, you just went from a Sunday to a Monday. So that's going to be crazy. And yeah, Jose, that, goes to show how little people know about football. Last year, the Eagles 8-1 against winning teams. That was tied for the best record ever in NFL history against winning teams. So that right there told me how little football people knew. And the easiest. Okay, so you don't know what you're talking about. So right away, I knew that. But then they just kept trying to talk about things. You know what I mean? So, Jose, I'm with you 100%. They just honestly are really stupid. And I hate to say it like that, but they just are. And they don't know what they're talking about. And they continue to just make stuff up because learning the game would be too hard for them. So, I'll continue to take them to the woodshed and look like Miss Cleo here while they look like dumbasses storming the Capitol. So, we're sweeping our division. Oh, hell yeah. We're sweeping this whole league, baby. We are going to the top. Winning it all. Boom. I will repeat it every day. I don't care. I will. And it's just it goes to show you I'm a real diehard. You guys listen to all those people we were bringing up the other day. I'm not even going to say their names because those are your friends. I don't want to hurt their feelings, but you see, they all flip flop. I hate the Eagles. I'm not a fan unless they're winning. That's never going to be me, guys. And I'm going to always stick to my word. And mine was Eagles are winning the Super Bowl, not changing it. Boom. Still here saying it. And now everybody's getting on board. So, dude, yeah, that's got to suck really badly. Like, that really blows. I feel bad for them. But look, like I said, I'm going to enjoy it, but they're not. So, I find the guy who said he didn't have the Eagles making the playoffs. Oh, there's so many of them. But here's the thing. They all delete their stuff. It never happened. And it's like, dude, I literally have a photographic memory. I can remember people that nonstop and they're, oh, how dare you tell me it. It's like, hey, man, if I have to sit here for 3 years and listen to you tell me how Jalen Hurts sucks and I don't know anything about football because he could never be good, and then he turns out to be MVP, I'm going to tell you how little you actually know for 5 seconds. It's actually not hard at all for me to sit there and remember 3 years of harassment. Yeah, I remember all of the Brendan Deegs, the Kendall Becks, all those people everybody likes. They hated all your top content creators on YouTube. Trade for Kirk Cousins, trade Hurts for Jimmy Garoppolo, Russell Wilson, Deshaun. I would never get an ounce of Eagles knowledge from anyone that ever said that stuff. I'm just letting you know that right now. I cannot believe people said that kind of stuff. Each their own, but aren't we trying to find like experts, right? Aren't we supposed to like look to the people that know what they're talking about. Isn't that like the goal? And I know I'm not an expert because I'm not entitled, but obviously not one person in the media or anybody in the world comes close to my resume. Obviously, it's all out there. We all know 5 years in a row with the draft, Hurts, Howie, how the cap works, all the people we sign. I mean, there's not one person that does it, but it's weird. People don't like it. It's the weirdest thing to me. And it's like, people are like, well, don't you think you should start lying and being like every other Eagles content creator and just quit on the Eagles always? Like, just whenever there's a bad play, quit. And it's like, that's never going to be me, dude. I don't care if that's what people want. I don't care if that's what builds channels. If that's what you guys are, and I see it. That's what everybody retweets. That's what everybody wants to talk about. I don't care. I can't stress enough how much I don't care about that stuff. Like, I really cannot stand how much that stuff makes me want to just put my head through a wall. Get the popcorn ready and watch Sports National Media Square. Oh, they're all going to be, as I've said, man, they're all going to be repeating my Super Bowl prediction. The fans are already here. We got all the fans on board. Now we need the media. I promise you. And it's not that I need them to. It's just I love having that power to know that they're going to have to. And then they can finally shut up. That's the biggest key, man. We just want to hear these people that don't know football just shh. That's it. That's it. Derek Cards, whack ass fantasy brother. Are you talking about, or you just mean like people hating on Hurts? I don't know if that's what you mean. I'm not sure where the Derek Carr came from, but no doubt there's plenty of them. That Joy Taylor, she was one of the biggest Hurts haters ever. I'm not sure, she might still hate him. I know what's the dorky Lions, really terrible quarterback. He was never good at all. Thank God he was entitled, because he would have never played in high school if he wouldn't have handed everything. Orlovsky, the really dumb one. Yeah, he doesn't know much about football. Acho, I mean, we've got some really low-level intelligence people out here in the media. And, hey, they played once. Whoa, cool. Hey, look, it's not even about that. What I would really love is if people just would give me credit for my work, right? They always take it and they go and then, oh, look how smart this guy is. He knows how the cap works all of a sudden. It's like, dude, just tell them where you got it. Just tell them how you know all this stuff. You see all the top Eagles creators. Remember, they all came onto my show for the draft to find out who the Eagles were going to draft because they had no idea. And I have to do that to them. They talked about Bijan all offseason. And I said, look, I'm not going to give you guys my pick anymore because you guys all steal it. And then everybody says it's their pick. So I had to do it to them because the 5th year in a row, I wanted it to be mine. Nobody's stealing that shit, and they all try it, man. So, but I appreciate you. And all I need is you guys to keep showing up, you diehard sickos. You keep helping me go to the top, man. I don't need the praise. I don't need any shit like that, man. I hate that stuff. What I want is my work to be paid for because, dude, I see the work these other people are putting out, and they're getting paid millions. Unbelievable to me. Unbelievable, because mine's better. Give me the better computer, the internet, all that shit. Give me all the sources they have, and I promise you I will destroy the entire world. I will be number one. Promise you. Oh, of course she does. Everybody loves Hurts now. That's not the point. The point is, I can't stand the people that flip-flop, and she's one of them. Good for her, though, and good for everyone else flip-flopping, and we all knew it was going to happen for us diehards. But Chris Sims, yes, that could have been the same person. Could have been the same person right there. Good call on that, Anton. But yes, two morons that have no clue, and just pretty sure there's a little hint of racism in there too, because they just don't ever talk about football. It's just, well, he doesn't have the look. Why don't you just come out and say it, dog? Can't stand Acho the fact, yeah, and he's what we like to call an Uncle Tom. He is somebody that's just always going to do what he's told. He's always going to try to fit in with that certain crowd. So he is unbearable, and I've taken him to the woodshed plenty. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I wish they wouldn't have gotten rid of that old account. You offended fans that always mark my stuff and everything, try to get my stuff taken down. You have ruined something beautiful there, because I took his ass to the woodshed one time, and because he replied back and was like, something like trying to get, and I said, look, you pompous little douche. Like, I know you think you're intelligent. I said, but unfortunately you're talking to an actual intelligent person. So let's talk football. And bro, when I tell you this dumbass, by the end of it, I said, let me tell you, you will be the biggest Jalen Hurts fan a year from now. So when he became the biggest Jalen Hurts fan, I came back with that conversation. And I just said, hey, Acho, if you're looking, to throw a follow my way or Want to learn some football, hey, jump on board, dude. It was right after he posted some video. It's like, look, dog, I don't give a shit who you are. I don't. You've seen me take them all. Seth Jordan, I don't give a shit who they are. I will take you to the woodshed if you do not know what you're talking about. You're not going to slander my birds if you don't know what you're talking about. So Weiner's cap next year is a nightmare. No doubt. Nightmare's coming for him on Sunday. BLG was a big hater. ESP. Oh, yeah, they're all haters. I don't know one person in the media that was on board. So, yeah, they're on board now. You guys remember, I got to go to a closed practice. And that was not this year, but the past year. And it would already a couple years of, I had started the Hertz train. We had other people starting their own Hertz stuff and getting on board finally, but I wasn't pleased. So I needed more. I needed more people on the Hertz train. So I sought to get the truth. And they were talking about, he was getting sacked by ghosts. Horses were coming out of the stable, flying dragons. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So I went to the practice. I got to actually be there, and I started reporting on what was really happening. And I told them, look, the Eagles are making the Super Bowl this year. I'm calling it right now from this spot. And I said, we'll make it this year. Guarantee we win it the next year and build a dynasty. So we made it. So this year we have to win it if I want to be right. But that's when I got to meet Howie, shake his hand, and I told him the same exact thing. So I can't wait to be able to talk to him about that again, because I called it to Howie Roseman. Woo! So look, man, I'm going to keep doing my thing. And when I did my thing, I got to show them, oh, no, Jalen Hurts, fantastic arm. I showed them, how this defense was going to work, everything. And after that moment, if you guys remember, every single Eagles reporter had to stop lying. They had to start telling what was actually happening at practice because they were like, shit. They didn't know if I was actually going to be at the practices because I called them on their bluff. And I said, you guys are going to look like the biggest morons by the end of the season when we go to the Super Bowl. Because they were saying, they're the next Browns. This team could never be good. Jalen Hurts will fail. You have to trade him. And then we go to the Super Bowl, and he almost wins MVP. Dog, when I tell you that's going to be my favorite memory for a very long time, I promise you, being the one person, the one Eagles content creator to start the Hurts train and get everyone on board, nothing beats that. I don't even care that people stole the idea and had players wearing it. I don't even give a shit, dude. The fact that I had to go against thousands upon thousands of people and tell them you're wrong and stand firm in my belief. And now watching them all lining up at 4 a.m., praising him every second, it doesn't get better than that. Shady is the only one I like, and I was mad at him last season for saying, yeah, he's not too bright either. Love me some Shady, but not exactly a smart one. Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Orlovsky's the one where I was a little hesitant. That's 100% for Sims. I'm with you. 1,000. I'm with you. Yeah, he's horrible. He's an idiot. He thinks he's one of those dorks like you went to school with. And they're like, oh, the aardvark just found the old snark down by the lardvark. Like, you know what I mean? And they're like, I'm so intelligent. And it's like, look, ass bag, I know you just sat here for the last 6 hours reading a dictionary and now you think you're smart. Let me show you what I do. I'll flip through the dictionary and repeat it back to you, ass clowns. So, see, I've never fit in with anybody, dude. Trust me. Like, I can't take, and just pompous assholes that think they're smart. That's where I got that attitude from. Everybody thinks they're smart. Well, my mom and dad bought me. And it's like, okay, well, let's see. Let's put that brain. I don't care about what your mom and dad have. I want to see what you got. I don't give a shit. Well, I went to this school and my mom and dad got me. I don't give a shit if Adam Schefter, I don't care where ESP went. I need to see, do they know who the team is going to draft? Are they calling who we're going to sign? Do they know how the cap works? If they don't, I don't care. I don't care what their name is. I just want them to understand how things work. It doesn't matter. I know. Look, I grew up, didn't have a lot of money, so I was really good at football. I was smart. It was funny. So that pissed off a lot of people. And look, all I ever wanted to do is be nice. So this is where, when I almost died, this new attitude came from. Because I don't let people treat me like shit. I've been nothing but nice my entire life while people try to treat me like shit. I've always stood up for myself. But now, no, I don't care what mom and dad got you. I don't. You think you're smarter because of that? No, dude, you got to actually show me what you know. That's all I need to see is proof. Facts. Show me. That's it. And they don't, ever. Doing it now. He was just slamming the Niners D when they were losing. Now they're winning. He's bandwagoning. Oh, Shady's ridiculous. He's always like that. Always. More power to you guys that watch that stuff. I would probably jump out of a window if I watch any sports shows, but I can't anymore, man. It's just, the lack of knowledge is too hard for me. It just blows my mind. That's why I have this show, because it's like, there's got to be people out there that want actual knowledge. No way in hell. And I know the majority of the world is just sheep and they don't give a shit and just, do what they're told. And that's fine. Oh, we're trading for Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes every week. And it's, oh my God, Howie sucks. We didn't trade for Tyreek Hill. And it's like, no, that was never happening, man. Tune in sometime. Yeah. And Wowie Goatsman, like it. That's what I mean. I hope you get your, hey, and I know exactly what you're saying. And I thank you for that. But I was just trying to say, I don't want praise. I don't want anything like that. I hate that. I actually prefer to be a little hermit now in my life. You sickos are the only people I want to talk to, seriously. But when I started watching all these people that didn't know football, all of a sudden learn everything about football, all of a sudden after my shows were coming out and the cap stuff, and it was like, hey, wait a sec. All these douchebags are stealing my stuff. So that's where I get pissed off. All the top creators, all these people. I started this, 5 years ago or whatever. I was sick. No one else was doing this. And then COVID happened. And then everybody was just like, I'm going to steal what this guy's doing. So now everybody literally they started bringing the players on. Now I can't get players or media because they all took my ideas. And it's like, you little fuckers. And I called most of them out. I've gone on their shows and made them look like idiots because they tried to tell me how Ertz wouldn't, and it's like, dude, all I've ever tried to do is be nice. And I've told you people, if you want help, if you need help, I give it for free. I will literally help you grow your channel. I will help you be the most educated Eagles fan ever for free. But no, let's be a dick. And then I'm a dick when I call people out. Like, no, dude, I've literally watched this my whole life. Literally, this is how it was in high school. I told you, I grew up watching the entitled kids. I was the best football player. My coach hated me because of it. His son was the quarterback, and his best butt buddy friend was the receiver. But he was nowhere good as I was. So he would be so upset that the wide receivers coach was like, no, we're going to run like the plays to give our insanely good receiver the ball, not the dumbass kid. Like, what? So my whole life I've watched entitled people always think that they are due not because they're better at something, but because mommy and daddy gave it to them. And dog, I'm here to prove I don't give a shit about those people. And I'm literally going to bulldoze right through them. And yeah, bulldoze. It's going to take a little time. It's like the Austin Powers movie. Come on now, Jimmy. Any day. But here's the thing. It's not lack of. You all know I put more work out than anyone, more knowledge than anyone out there. So it's definitely not lack of trying, but whatever. Weiner didn't even see this. Oh yeah, man. I already put money down on a big win. They're in for a tough time, as we talked about the other day. Going to talk about tomorrow in the top matchups. Looking forward to that one. Then I'll be here for Fan Friday, all that stuff. So let's go. Went to the University of Texas. Yeah, no doubt. Old Acho. I know you're talking about there. I don't know if I'm freezing, but I'm getting mad, man. Like, all right, dude. Is this frozen? Yeah, man, exactly. No doubt. And I can't stand those people, bro. I can't. And hey, maybe you're rich. I'm not saying you're a dick because of it, but people that think they're just better because of it, not because of the work they do. And I'm not saying like you have to have a good job. I'm saying just put it in work, whatever you do in life. I don't give a shit. You can make dream catchers while you watch your little cousin's baby on weekend. I don't give a shit what you do in life. You don't have to be a slave to society. I don't care what you do. I'm just saying, for me, those people that have been handed everything, I've always, dude, I mean, literally one time I was the top, this is the most insane. I was the top salesman of the month at this car dealership I work. I was like, oh yeah. And they're like, Jimmy, where need you to see in the office there? Good. And I'm like, oh, sweet. They're going to give me some kind of raise or something, like some kind of treat because I'm the best, right? I come in, they're like, look, things just aren't working out. I was like, wait. I was like, what do you mean? And I was like, oh, is it because that Ryan kid is upset that I'm outselling him in my first month here? And dog. And then the months following, he just hated me because after the first, and it was just like, oh my God. And I remember I was younger and it was just like, life is like high school, isn't it? And it really is, man. People try to build their cliques and you see the butt buddy Eagles, content creators and stuff that all cry together. And it's like, dog, I'll take you all. I mean, in knowledge or anyway, I mean, Jesus, that whiny stuff, just not for me. Dude, I can't stand him. I think he's the dumbest guy and like one of the worst. And I loved taking him to the woodshed. I really do. I think that he is a moron. But hey, those offended fans that were upset about the Hurt stuff, they got my account gone. So it is what it is. I got a new one now, mother. Yeah, I'm all about it. Please lose. But doesn't matter to me. The Eagles are still going to be number one. They want to come get some in the playoffs, they can happily do so because we going to work that ass. I can assure you of that. Talk so fast and add stats, but you don't saying shit. Yeah, exactly. And I have to literally slow myself down to not talk too fast because I know I'm giving you way too much information. So some people try to trick you with that stuff. I have to literally slow myself down because I'm literally just a crackhead. And literally, I don't smoke crack. I had somebody comment that once. And I was like, no, you're either drunk or dead. I was like, dog, this is just straight passion. And I understand if you're not a sicko, you do not understand this passion. But that's just all adrenaline. Appreciate that super chat. I want to see Breadman throw pretty around. Oh, hell yeah. And that's the one thing, we did not have Jalen Carter. We had Javon Hargraves. Now we get an upgrade, a guy that can stop the run and rush the passer. So, yeah, this is a different team, a better team. And here's the problem. See, they predicated their win that's going to happen just magically because they said so off of the fact that, well, Brock Purdy didn't even play last year. Whoa. I hate to, break this down for them, but he did play. I was there. I was at the NFC Championship game, and I watched that mother effer get drilled because their coach was a jackass. Coach is still there. Pussy quarterback still there. Not blocking. That's going to be up to you what you want to do. So you've got this system quarterback in Brock Purdy. Not really that good, but, you could probably get the same results with the Sam Darnold, a Brandon Allen that are there on the roster. It's just a really good team around him. But I think this is going to be really tough for them because, I don't know how they're going to do this because I don't think it's going to be a close game. So they're not even going to be able to be like, well, the refs had the wind with the rain on the deer down back up there. Just don't even know what they're saying. So I think they're going to be so distraught. Like, be careful, Eagles fans, because Niners fans are really trashy people. Like, the way they try to depict Eagles fans, like, that's what 49ers fans are. Like, they stab and shoot people all the time at their games. Like, I'm dead serious. So if they're getting sassy, like, trying to start shit, show them what Philly's about because obviously we ain't afraid of some punk ass bitches. I'm just saying, be careful. They're dirty people and they will definitely come at you with a shank, something. So watch out for those dirt balls. But I think, those, and they're entitled assholes themselves, those San Fran people. Those are the trashiest. I guarantee you they flew across the United States on January 6th. I would like to see where they were. They are trashy people for sure. But, dude, I appreciate that. And I can't, agree with you more. We talked about, their offensive line. I've got the top matchups working right now and talking about their middle. And I think it's 3 Bs, right? Aaron Banks is the left guard. Spencer Burford is their right guard. And then Jake Brendel is their center. Oh, shit. Okay, so those 3 right there, pretty damn good. But we've got Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. Now, we're waiting to see what happens with Fletch and Milton Williams and hopeful there. We got Moro Ojomo here. So, hey, we'll find out. But I'm with you, man. And I'd love to see everybody getting in there and whooping that ass. Let's go. Child from 512 Texas. Well, did you go to Texas? Because that's what he's talking about. And we hate Texas here, man. So you watch out. Obviously, an Eagles chat. And it's not Texas that I hate, actually. It's just Dallas. So that should be expected, to be honest with you. But if you don't expect that, you're probably not an Eagles fan. 49ers, give me Cowboys vibes. Oh, I told you guys that last year. You remember the tweet? I said, I never knew this, but I'm pretty sure 49ers fans are Cowboys fans. So I'm glad you agree because, dude, they are the whiniest, like almost pretty much there. And now the Bills, I did not know their family. They used to say that the Bills might be close to what Eagles fans are like. And let me tell you something, they are not even almost close. I did not know that they were actually closer to being Cowboys fans. So, whoa, I was thrown off by how weak they were. But hey, man, that's other fan bases. Some Eagles content creators will repeat exactly what you say, but don't give you credit. Oh, it makes me pissed. They do it all the time, but you guys are the ones that tell me. I'm sure it happens every day. You see all those channels that are growing super fast, all these things. It's like, these entitled little. So they've got the better equipment, the better side. That's fine. That's fine. I've got the better knowledge, and I know they steal it, so it kind of makes it harder for me to grow. So you get it. Everybody's like, oh, you got to listen to this guy. And it's like, where do you think? And I always say it, I'm your content creators, your favorite content creators, favorite content creator. Like, that's where they're getting smart at, man. They didn't just all of a sudden learn football. Yeah. Oh, no shit. That's awesome. And see, I don't hate Texas, as I said. I just don't like Dallas. And honestly, it's not even Dallas that I don't like. It's the Dallas Cowboys. So it's nothing to do with the actual city or state because I've never been there. But I do have some people that frequent there. Tell me it's nice. Got some buddies that went to work in the oil field and we're down there. And, you know, it sounds interesting. Not for me, but like the stuff they're doing, like the cowboy stuff. And I like watching Westerns and stuff, but I'm not going to punch any bulls in the balls or anything. Like, that's not really my stuff, but that's awesome. To each their own. You know what I mean? Who cares? Everybody from different places like different stuff. So whatever. And yeah, we're talking about schools here, folks, and football teams. We're not hating your homes or existence here. We all love you. We do. When JC did, I want to see a choke slam to hell. I can't stress enough how much I'm looking forward to this game and beating their ass. I'm going to be real with you. I hate them with all of my heart. Let me check my phone right here real quick. Holy shit. Sorry, I've got 4 texts here. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't getting anything. This is going much longer. I do have to get heading out here. But Cowboys, Longhorns, Cubs. For me, it is the Cowboys, Commanders, and Giants. Yes. Yep. No doubt. This just keeps freezing, and I'm getting really, really annoyed, man. I can see my face turning red. I'm trying to read this. On 37 trailer from 37. Oh yeah, Texas. You're talking about. I'm gonna kill them. This computer is pissed me. Here are all the comments. So laughing there. Trash. Yes. I'm not talking trash on Philly. Talk about older. Yeah. 1996 is when they last won. Pretty sad if you're bragging about something when I was 10 years old, dude. I'm an old man now. That's bad. That's what's up. The 49ers actually know what's waived. They don't, Jose. We're going to whip that. Okay. I got to go, guys. Yo, what's going on? I literally was just about to roll out here, but Fat Dog, appreciate you tuning in. This went longer than that half hour, so hope you enjoyed yourselves. I hope you know I'm all about Zach Ertz. You guys, this is why I had to stop making everything live, though, because we can never stick to the topic. So I always, love hearing from you. So that's why when I do them live, that's because I've got a little bit of time that I can talk to you. So appreciate you. Got to get rolling now, though. Don't want to cut you off, but I got to get going. If you have anything else on your mind, you can leave it down below. Would love to hear from you. If you're watching this later, tomorrow I will be back at some point with the top matchups. I'll have the game status report for you around 4:30, 5 o'clock, and then Fan Friday will be out later that night. Now, the post for Fan Friday is out for you channel members. You can get your questions, topics in for Fan Friday. I'll get those graphics made up, and we'll break them down for tomorrow. The rest of you, just get your asses in there, and I hope to see and hear from you. But until then, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. It's freezing, and I was literally going to try to look at your comments before I go. So whoever commented, I promise you, I want to see it, and I do want to talk to you. Oh, you can see the vein coming out. Fat Dog, I really appreciate that, man. I'm trying to click on the thing that you said you subbed. It's not clicking it. Oh, there we go. Oh, it says Peace Man. Okay. I'm going to break this damn thing. I appreciate you, my friend. Go Birds. I appreciate every one of you. Liz, Dank, China, Fat Dog that just tuned in, my man Jose in here, everybody else who was in here earlier. I probably forgot you because, again, I can't even remember my own name half the time. But I know Doyle was in here, Luffy, let's go. Anybody else? If I forgot you, just show up tomorrow and I won't forget you. But I will see you tomorrow. I will see all of you. If you guys need me before then, you have any questions, anything on your mind, you just want to talk some birds, feel free to reach out. I'll be another busy day tomorrow. I'm going to try to get that top matchups done tonight. And then that way, like, I can actually just put it out at some point and not have to work. Okay. I'm literally just trying to click on this stuff to go, and it's not working, and I'm really getting pissed off. So I'm really going to get going before I actually get angry here on live. So I can't click on any more comments. It's just not going to let me. So I love you. I really do. Cannot thank you all enough. I hope to see you tomorrow for Fan Friday. Hope to hear from you in the game status report, the top matchups, all that stuff. If you have any questions about Shaq Leonard, Zach Ertz, whatever, feel free to reach out. But already gave you the spiel. You know who I am. You know what it is. But until next time, you stay safe out there. And I can't remember that last part. Maybe you guys can help me out. Go Birds!